Hey, I'm Roland and I'm here at MWC 2026 and I'm looking at the Infinix Note 60 Ultra. So this is the device that everybody is telling you about in their sponsored reviews and in their lovely, great hype videos that Infinix is obviously pushing and paying money for. I'm just going to tell you honestly what I think of this device, and it kind of looks like a decent entry of Infinix, which is a transient daughter, into kind of the upper premium market, because everything about this device is pretty premium except for the SoC, because this is running a MediaTek Dimensity 8400 Ultra, which has one prime core at 3.25 gigahertz, so it's not all the way up there with Snapdragon 8 Elite and all the other high-end chips that are out there right now. But other than that, it's pretty well equipped. So it's got 12 gigs of RAM and 256 or 512 gigabytes of flash storage. And you're looking at a 6.78-inch AMOLED screen, which has up to 144 hertz refresh rate. Nice small bezels around the screen. They seem to be quite equal. I'm kind of thinking that it's maybe a bit wider on the bottom here. It's got these smoothed out edges, so it feels really nice to actually touch and use. It's got a nice smooth surface on here. You get a 32 megapixel camera in the front, and on the side you have the volume rocker, which is a bit wobbly but not that bad. We have the power button right here, and down here is a special thing on this device. This kind of imitates a smartwatch without needing a smartwatch, because in here is an optical sensor for measuring your heart rate and the SpO2 values of your blood. Down here you get a JBL speaker, USB-C for 100 watts charging. That's your SIM card slot right there. As you can see on the side, this is designed in cooperation with Pininfarina, which is this Italian automotive design company. And they've obviously tried to go in a bit of an automotive style here. You get another button over here. It's kind of hard to focus right now, I'm sorry. So this button is probably for the camera and AI services. You can see the metal build here, so this has these antenna lines right there. There's what looks to be a Gorilla Glass cover on the back as well, and up here you get the camera system, which is actually pretty high-end, because you have a 200 megapixel main sensor from Samsung, including an OIS. You get a 3.5 times optical zoom, which also has an OIS, and an 8 megapixel ultra wide. So that's pretty decent for a device like this, which is probably going to end up in kind of an upper mid-range price bracket. They're not saying yet how much it's going to cost. I'm guessing it's going to be under 500 euros. Up here, there's an infrared blaster. Let me try and focus. We have an infrared blaster up here, plus another JBL speaker, so sound should be pretty decent. 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, or 512. And there's a 7,000 milliamp hour battery in here. So pretty well equipped in this regard. There's also wireless charging in here with up to 50 watts. What's interesting is that you get this Android operating system. It's based on Android 16 in this case, and they're kind of adopting this liquid glass style that you know from Apple. But that is mostly contained to the home screen, basically, because once you go into the menus, it kind of changes, and as soon as you start going, like for example, into the setting, it all pretty much goes away. Feels very fluid, actually. Screen resolution should be 2688 by 1208 pixels, I believe, 140 hertz, 44 hertz, as I already said. What's also interesting is the active matrix display. This is a special thing that Infinix does or has been doing on a bunch of devices, and you also get this, as you can see here, this notification LED that's on the back, that's down here, lights up right there. You can use that for notifications. You can also use that for when the device is waking up or for different effects. So you basically get pumping along to music, for example, so you have either this or I think also the LED down here lighting up, and this is the dot matrix display that I was talking about. So you have these point displays, or this point display up here, which can show you notifications, calls incoming, or maybe the time. You can also have these kind of animals showing up right there. It's pretty cute, actually, and it's a nice way to use all the space that's on the back there. I tried fiddling around with the camera a tiny bit, so let me just quickly snap a picture over here. It's the base mode, So I'm not using any filters or anything, or like not changing any settings at least. And it's supposed to be an AI camera, and it's pretty well lit over here. So as you can see on the back here of this book that was right next to me, it definitely comes out pretty good. I'm not saying it's like overwhelming, but it's a pretty decent camera. So for a phone that's going to be around 500 euros, that's a guess from my part, this actually seems really nice. You gotta live with the fact that you're only getting 3 years of Android upgrades and up to 5 years of Android support regarding security updates. So that's the only downside on this. Let's see how and where this comes out. Probably going to be around Q2. And this was a very quick look at the Infinix Note 60 Ultra here at MWC 2026. Bye bye.